It's called Advanced Answering Techniques. So it is three professional people explaining to other people how to answer different questions, a multiple variety of questions. Advanced Answering Techniques.
Hello and welcome to Advanced Answering Techniques. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Josh, and this is a podcast in which we take listener user questions and answer them in the manner of angels, disembodied voices, whispering in your ears, groanings, too deep for words. I'm joined by a couple of co-hosts. One of them is Caleb. Caleb, recently back from surgery camp. We can talk about that if you want. I know that, or this kind of Caleb's choice.
Which of these questions do I want to go to?
Do you want to go into a concentration camp?
That was really fast. We got there immediately.
It was an accident. I said Caleb's choice. Yeah. Thinking ladies' choice, but then definitely
I was thinking dealer's choice.
More evoking Sophie's choice. So here you could tell us a little bit about surgery camp, but I also understand as you're moving out of camp season, you're preparing to go into like conference season where you're attending all these different conferences as you like to do. And I know that you have a 3-day continuing education clown conference coming up and that you have a presentation that you're kind of an academic presentation as people do at the clown conference, do sort of academic work on
one
clowns.
part of the clowning. Yes.
Yeah. And so I don't know if you wanted to tell us a little bit about what you're planning to do for your presentation.
My presentation this year is all about accessories.
Going deep on clown accessories.
Yeah.
Quick question. I know I'm not introduced yet. Is that props or just accessories?
I said accessories.
Okay. All right.
If I meant props, I would have said props, but I said it.
So
Gabe, something you might not understand is just how rigidly understood these terms are in the clowning community. So.
And it's clearly...
A prop would be like a big hammer you use to smash a watermelon.
Yeah.
But an accessory is going to be like a flower that squirts water in your eye.
And that's kind of interesting that you use the term hammer because it was my understanding that in this rigidly understood, it might be considered a mallet more than a hand. Like I'm thinking a kind of wooden head on this mallet with kind of frayed edges from use. You know what I mean? Like how the splintering wood at the edges of the mallet,
sort of a barrel shape,
becomes it's like kind of splintering and feathering out.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and that's the prop world, and I don't know much about the prop world.
It's not your area.
I'm focused on accessories, so that's why I don't know that.
That's why you've been asked to speak at this conference.
Yeah. That's
on accessories.
Right, that's
the
where
prop
you're
guy is this other guy.
Can you remind me?
We don't actually get along very well.
Yeah. Can you remind me your dissertation? I don't remember the title. I remember the area. It was accessories.
Yeah, it's about this year it is generally accessories, but I have kind of found myself focusing on the nose. Just how big, how red is sort of the name of my dog.
And it's sort of, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you talking a little bit about, it was kind of tracing the evolution, like how, people talk about over time, you can trace like history through like hemlines rising and falling and that sort of thing. And that's kind of the same thing that you're doing is you're kind of tracking social change and tying it into
you notice
size and redness of nose.
Different eras where the size of the nose is funny. All of a sudden it becomes very funny to have a big nose. Right. It's kind of a dull red. But then all of a sudden, stock market crash. And now it's actually funnier to have a very small, bright red nose.
There's less noses.
You don't want to be
nose to go around.
You don't want to be greedy about the nose.
But plenty of red. No shortage of red.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know how it all works, but I have tracked it.
Yeah. And and
I can make my guesses.
maybe that would be a good. Maybe Gabe's just kind of giving you a good avenue for exploration as you're fleshing out your presentation. Maybe you could look into the redness.
Yeah, why is it so red but it's small?
During
It's like-
the depression.
I mean, it's if it's smaller, it's easier to make it redder.
Yeah.
It's like red paint is cheaper than white paint
It's
or something.
not paint.
I know, but I'm saying, is it similar to? That's why like barns are painted red,
Right.
It's because it's cheaper than painting them white. I think.
Gabe, our other co-host here is Gabe. What if I told you the old crone was dead?
I would be thrilled.
Okay.
I would be so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it wasn't me that killed her, and it doesn't incur some sort of.
No, I was just curious. Like, if I told you, like, if I said the old crone is dead, what your reaction is? You're happy.
Yeah. What's the song from Wizard of Oz?
Ding dong.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yeah.
That's what I would be singing. Except the witch in this case would be referring to the crone.
Gonna get copyright.
Violation.
Yeah.
That movie's got to be in public
Maybe
domain
just
now.
I don't know. Is it?
I guess we'll have to look into that. We'll have to get our dog's lawyer to look into
Our
that.
dog's lair. The dog is. I mean, ding dong. The dog is dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Ding dong.
I wasn't happy about that though.
No. But and if we could even go a little bit closer to which, it would be
Yeah.
technically correct. Ding
Yeah.
dong. Yeah, but
Although she
I was gonna say Bing Bong.
is dead.
Yeah. To avoid the copyright.
She's I was just curious what you would say if I said that. The old crone is doing great.
No.
She's healthy and hale and pink of cheek.
I'm sure it's
Red
I'm
of
sure,
nose.
I'm sure she's accomplished that through totally, moral means, and it doesn't involve like any sort of infanticide or anything like that.
I mean that's my understanding. She's an old crone. She's not a hag. She's not a witch.
Yeah, you
I
did
think
get
we-
into that in the last broadcast,
right.
About how she's technically more like a middle-aged crone.
Middle-aged crone, a crone of a certain age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that really doesn't change my opinion. It's more just like her personality and everything. All those other attributes. It's not an ageist thing at all.
Yeah.
I have many elderly friends whose company I enjoy, but when you mix like dark magic, pagan ritual, and earth worship into it, I'm way less compelled to be your
Right.
friend.
Wicca.
Wiccan
yeah.
sort of interests and
Yeah.
those. Yeah, not interested.
Not
Thank you.
into it. I think that's wise. Time to get into the Spotlightify comments. From episode 90, Toilet Training, Justin says, "Thanks, Joy."
Toilet training, Justin.
Toilet Training, Justin says. Toilet Training, Justin says.
I mean, they're all accurate.
Thanks, Joy. Sorry I'm late to the comment field here, but wow. Questioners answering questioners' questions on the Answerers Question Answering podcast. This episode was more revolutionary than the White Album.
Wow,
That
really speaks to me.
it speaks to you. What does it say?
It says that Justin obviously has not listened to Sgt. Pepper's recently, because White Album is revolutionary in many ways. I know he's probably referring to Revolution number 9
Right.
on the song on the
Yeah.
album, the song
Yeah.
on the album. But in terms of revolutionizing music production and
Right.
the industry,
It is
Sgt. Pepper's
It is an
probably-
interesting choice. It's not the same kind of thing. It's kind of represents a moment where the Beatles start to work separately.
a little more, yeah.
and are less interactive, whereas what Justin's done is increase the levels of interactivity.
Collaboration.
Yeah, so kind of interesting. It also feels like maybe this is Justin trying to give himself big ups for coming up with sort of a a revolutionary idea, which I admit that it is an innovation
Absolutely. Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's the first time that anything like that has happened.
When is like this, like usually to have a revolt or something to be revolutionary or throwing off
Yeah.
something else. And I don't like the insinuation here.
Yeah. He's throwing off the need for us to answer questions.
I mean, in essence, he has seized the means of production, or some sort of there's an attempt at that.
Yeah,
which is troubling. Should be troubling for us.
I mean,
but I honestly can't be bothered.
Yeah, it's look. We spin gold out of the straw that Justin gives us. And if we don't have the straw, then we can't spin the gold.
Straw is an important component. Where are we going to get?
I mean, it's practically as valuable as gold to us.
Episode 90B. This was the episode, Just Me on My Own, where our Caleb and Gabe. Joy says, "Wow, I really appreciate the sincerity and honesty of these guys." It's very nice of Joy. It does feel like a pity comment. It does feel like Joy is couldn't really come up with anything to say, and did go with the sort of conceit of the episode that I was being finally honest about what was going on. So I very much appreciate that. But I've seen the stats on the episode, and it's not good. So as I said on the episode, it seems like Caleb and Gabe, people are here for Caleb and Gabe.
I mean,
That's the way it feels.
I disagree. I think it's that people are out at they're on vacation in remote locations.
That would be so.
Without internet access.
One way that, listeners, we could really help my self-esteem, which is important, for us to keep doing the podcast.
It's kind of important.
It's kind of important, is to make this episode even more poorly rated than the previous one. If we could do that, I would maybe be able to go, okay, yeah, July's just tough all around, and that'll make me
Chalk
feel
it
better.
up to that.
Yeah,
It's too hot to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, you don't want anything extra. You don't want earbuds in your ears or headphones on.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
I'm on vacation doing nothing. Of course, I don't want to listen to a podcast.
I don't want to do work like listen to my friend's podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, Joy and Justin. We appreciate that. Guys, it's time to get down to the meat of the episode. It's time to take a question. And this question comes from the Sampson household. But the questioner doesn't identify themselves.
Okay.
But I don't know, because the questioner is a young person, I don't know how much we want to say blow up their spot.
Sure.
So, anyway, let's listen in.
I have a question. Why are brothers so attached to each other? And why does Peter mostly do it?
So that question was, why are brothers so attached to each other, and why does Peter mostly do it? Guys, we are brothers.
It's true.
Or I wouldn't say we're necessarily that attached to each other.
No.
I mean, no.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, Josh and I do work together very closely.
Yeah.
That is, our jobs are sort of interdependent in a sense.
Yeah, I would say symbiotic.
Yeah. So that is an attachment of sorts. We also care for one another. To continue that honesty thing.
True. True.
To be transparent, we actually do enjoy each other's company and seek each other out in non-podcasting or work situations.
Yeah.
We seek the company of each other. So I would say that belies something of an attachment. I don't know.
So you're saying you're taking issue with my position, which is that we're not attached.
But I guess we have. I mean, the questioner has not supplied a definition of what attached is.
Yeah. maybe we could do that a little bit.
Yeah, inferring from the question, this attachment is not something like Siamese twins,
Right.
Because
Okay.
it's something that that can be done.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
enacted.
It is an action that a person
One
can
of the
take.
brothers can decide to be attached
Right.
to the other brother.
Yeah. He seems disappointed that the other brother desires this attachment or seeks it out in some way.
Yeah.
Was I hearing that correctly?
It just
Seemed like that.
Or at least disappointed or
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Just not understanding
Yeah.
this desire for attachment.
Yeah.
And
Brotherly attachment.
Brotherly attachment.
And he said, why are brothers so attached? But the questioner then says, why does Peter mostly do it?
right.
Mhm.
So there is an implied it's a one-way attachment.
Yeah.
So really his question should be, I guess, because he's a brother.
Yeah.
So he's actually asking why is my brother
So attached to me.
To me, because if brothers are attached, then it would
Yeah.
be more of a two-way
Yeah.
situation. And actually, we've already seen in our discussion of our own relationship that it might be similar in
There can be somewhat of an unrequited
right,
kind of disparate attachment
right,
where say one brother feels really attached to another brother or brothers, and then those brothers don't particularly feel attached to it.
right. But then also you have some situations where one brother will record a podcast alone, and then sort of think about how it's maybe he doesn't enjoy it as much. It's not as much fun, and so that also reveals something about
If that was
it's-
that brother's position. Actually, one of the things that makes the statistics so hard was that maybe that brother thought, this is pretty good.
I thought it was really good.
I really
enjoyed
liked
it.
what I heard of it.
Yeah. That feels good. Yeah. So there can be these kinds of disparities in attachments. Some brothers will listen to an entire episode of another brother's podcast.
Actually, it's all their podcast.
It's their podcast.
You guys-
It's true.
You guys have never listened to my podcast, so
I have never been.
I would love to.
Yeah.
it's not available publicly.
Right.
Right.
It's more. Is it more focused on the sort of academic side of the clown community?
I mean, look, I'd be lying if I said I didn't ever touch on the topic. But it's sort of just like, about my my morning routine. Just my morning.
That's it.
And that's interesting because it is apparently a routine, which means it mostly doesn't change.
What would it be called?
Yeah, the slight differences are what really make it interesting over time.
Makes it pop.
It makes it really easy to produce. Also, it's just. I would assume you could perhaps release the same episode in multiple days.
And
of
none
the
of
week.
it's released.
Right. I said
Yeah.
perhaps.
Oh, gotcha.
Could
Perhaps I
perhaps.
could.
So it's not okay. So it's not even.
It's not publicly available.
It's not publicly available, but it's also. I mean, even if it was privately available, I feel like we would be maybe on the list, pretty high up on the list to receive it.
But you haven't. I
Well,
mean, Are you saying that it's not publicly available? It's behind a paywall, and there are some people who have access to it. Or are you saying nobody has access to it?
if you had access to it, I would be wondering how.
Okay. We guessed your Dropbox password or something.
Right. So you hacked into my computer.
Yeah.
You got, not even into my computer. It's not even stored on my computer. It's on a thumb drive under my pillow.
Oh, I was
So
going
I
to
would
say.
be wondering, how in the heck did my brothers
Yeah.
listen to my podcast?
I thought it
keep
might be-
very safe.
I thought it might be stored on the cloud.
That's just ridiculous. And no one.
Well, you would know, clown.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do that, just think about what you're starting, Gabe.
Don't write a check that your red nose can't cash.
I don't know why, but I thought that your this is the same pun. Actually, I just realized. So
No, let's hear it.
I was gonna say I thought your podcast could be called Clowndy with a chance of meatballs, and I don't know why.
Clowndy with
Well,
a
it's
chance
kind
of
of,
meatballs?
Weather, I mean,
Weather,
like,
morning
that's kinda what I'm
routine,
thinking.
like check the weather. I don't know.
Wouldn't
if
it be
that's-
Clowndy with a chance of juggling balls?
or beach balls?
Beach
Do
balls.
clowns get involved? Killed?
Yeah.
No, beach ball's a totally different thing. It's for concerts and the beach.
Okay. And clowns will
That's-
never be seen at either.
Right.
Well, can't say that for the the Insane Clown Posse, the gathering of
That's
the
true.
jugglers.
That is
Juggalos.
true. Yeah. Well, it's the
It's perfect.
Festival of
Yeah.
Souls.
That's kind of interesting.
Isn't it? Something. The carnival.
Carnival of Souls.
Something.
How does are the Juggalos and the Insane Clown Posse, are they considered? How does your clown community
Yeah.
look on them? Is that
No red noses.
Just a bunch of buffoons,
Yeah.
really.
would you want to make
rednecks, kind of like
Right.
the redneck
Okay.
clown,
right? Yeah.
And there are some guys who are redneck clowns. That's
Right.
their guy.
Right. That's their
Yeah.
clown
But-
persona.
They don't. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to be cool by being clowns.
Mhm.
That's sort of the Juggalo thing, like threatening.
But they kind of stole that from Kiss.
Did they?
Well, I mean the black and white face paint.
Yeah,
It's undeniably
It seems-
there's a connection there.
yeah, but I think there is. I think maybe in before the advent of the big red nose, there people were using just black paint, like a French clown. I think they do just.
They have a white and black.
I think so.
Le meme.
Yeah. So but they're not supposed to be scary.
Mhm.
The Insane Clown Posse is sort of like they're
There's threatening.
yeah.
There's
They're trying
threatening
to they're menacing.
Yeah.
These clowns are.
I mean, they're insane. I mean, that's right.
These clowns are
Yeah.
completely insane.
Yeah, it is crazy how insane these clowns are.
I mean, a posse, you don't get a posse together to make people laugh.
That would be what an interesting idea that would be, as if a sheriff went around.
Yeah.
This town could use a real pick me up.
Yeah. That could be, I guess, yeah.
You get deputized and
You have Barney Fife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Griffith is deputizes Otis,
Yeah.
the town drunk,
Mhm.
to be part of that posse,
Mhm.
that particular posse.
Mhm.
There's probably an episode where he did that.
Yeah.
Not for clowning purposes, but
Yeah.
he probably deputized Otis at
And
some
too
point.
bad
It had to have happened.
Too bad it was filmed in black and white because it all looked black and white. But I bet Otis's nose
Yeah.
was big and bright and red in real life. If you could see the
That-
color.
We should get AI to colorize it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We do want to try to cover some of the question here. I feel like we've gone a little far afield.
I feel like it's
Um,
pretty obvious that we do want to do that by how much we're talking about it.
I was saying that, I guess, more in a slightly imperative way.
Okay, okay.
Like perhaps we should cover the question. Brothers being attached. We have in our ranks here a little bit of kind of different perspectives on how attached brothers actually are. But I think we would all be comfortable saying that brothers tend to be more attached than other relationships, that we might have. I even
What about
even
that song,
honest.
Sisters?
Well, that's true.
Never were there more devoted sisters. They're not
Sisters.
saying
Interesting. They're
never
saying,
were there more devoted siblings.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
still, I mean, that is
So in other words, they're saying brothers can't. I was thinking that it was like more about this particular instance of sisterhood between these two people.
Sure.
They're the most devoted sisters.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that they're claiming that sisters are more devoted than brothers.
No. But I'm just saying there is also, we cannot deny that there is an attachment
Yes.
with sisters too. But you think it's stronger than brothers.
Well, I was thinking mainly.
Or sorry, that brothers are stronger than sisters.
I think you might be able. I don't think I. Now that I'm hearing that, I don't think that sounds quite right. But so it could just be siblings. There's a strong attachment between siblings.
Yes.
But we would definitely say that the natural lines of friendship that are drawn between, same-sex siblings,
Yes,
might be stronger than going across siblings.
I think that's probably true. I think that they're pretty safe. That passes my litmus test.
Yeah.
For that.
That seems fair enough. So there is an attachment. What is that attachment based in? Is it there's certainly like genetic predispositions just to be like each other in various ways, to look like each other, to maybe behave like each other.
Similar interests,
growing up in the same family culture. So there's genetic and cultural aspects there. I don't know. There's something about that might help to explain why brothers are attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you same level of calcification of your pineal gland through ingesting liters and liters of fluoride soup.
Fluoride water. Yeah, and soup. Yeah.
Yeah, fluoride soup.
Yeah.
If that's on your meal planning menu.
Yes, if your mother is, if you're looking there and you're saying, oh my, today, if you look at the little chart on the refrigerator, and tonight it says fluoride soup, and boy are you getting excited. All the brothers are getting quite excited for fluoride soup, and they're getting ready to almost compete with each other over who can have the most fluoride soup.
Who can eat the mintiest carrot.
Yeah. You read that in your mouth, you start salivating, and you're not sure if it's because you love it or if that's an effect of the fluoride, the levels of fluoride that you're ingesting. It's that just...
Yeah. Right. Maybe if your pineal gland was less calcified, you would
have tighter control of your salivary glands.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the brothers thing is interesting. I definitely grew up around some sets of brothers that had different dynamics than my own. Obviously, we fought growing up. Not so much, myself and Josh, because of the age gap, it wasn't as much of a thing. But Caleb and I are right next to each other in birth order. And so there were, but we're also very close growing up and still. So there was a lot of conflict, especially with the younger brothers. But I saw this other set of brothers that if you just spent an afternoon with them, you would assume that they absolutely hated each other. They just wanted to do physical harm to each other at any moment, like at all times. And that was the entire basis of their relationship. Now, as they're adults, it seems like they all get along fine. Yeah. And they enjoy each other's company. So maybe that's just their love language. I don't know.
Perhaps there was a gauntlet that they sort of had to each put each other through in order to earn that attachment.
Right. The attachment was forged in those fires, or it was the only way they could express the existence, acknowledge the existence of the attachment was, I need you close to me. Right. Nearby so that I can wail on you mercilessly. Yeah. Right. And that sort of just trickles down from the oldest to the second oldest, the third, it just, it might even intensify, as it goes down. I don't know, but but yeah. So that's one dynamic that you can encounter. I don't know if that's what the questioner is experiencing.
Right. That it almost seems like we would have to say that the questioner is experiencing this maybe as neediness.
Right.
Of some kind.
It doesn't read as, why is my older brother beating up on me so much? It reads more of like, why won't he give me a little space?
Why do we have to do
Right.
everything together all
Right.
the
Yeah.
time? Maybe when they go out into broader social situations, this particular brother wishes that there could be less attachment in
Yeah.
those. I don't know. We're guessing, but
yeah.
those are some possibilities.
I feel like I should mention also that that does not it's not neediness. I want to be clear, but that does kind of cut with the grain of my experience growing up with Caleb as an older brother. Was at a certain point, Caleb decided that his friends were not good enough for him. He didn't want to hang out with his friends, and my friends were actually pretty cool. And so he started hanging out with my friends, which I was a little territorial initially. And then I think Caleb got his license and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is nice. We can all go do stuff together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I guess that's a word of warning for the questioner. But don't be afraid, but maybe keep that in mind as you progress.
Be
through
careful
the
of
years.
who your friends are
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you don't want to be so attached to your older brother.
Yes. Make
If
sure
you have really
Yes.
cool friends,
Then you will.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
he might just come in and snatch them.
yeah,
That's interesting. So one way that people could take, or the questioner could take this, is have kind of lame friends.
Yeah.
In order to, if you want to create more separation between you and your brother, your friends should be lamer, like maybe actually visibly handicapped.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's not really gonna work if they're invisibly handicapped.
I mean, that was my big mistake, was having friends that were just way too able-bodied.
Right.
Basically,
Yeah.
across the board, they could all
At least on
do anything.
at least on first sight. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Just standing there as
Yeah.
a group, everyone would assume they could do anything.
yeah.
And Caleb would sort of look around at his group of friends, some with crutches, some with a notable limp, some in wheelchairs.
Some wishing they had a crutch.
And then he would look over at Gabe's fine young friends.
Adonai.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, these veritable
Oh,
Adonises, or as Gabe says, Adonai. It's a
Probably
great,
incorrectly,
it's a
but
Greek word. So-
I thought I'd take a stab at it, so to speak.
yeah. It just really, I mean, yeah. I just wanted to be close to those beautiful boys.
They were very pretty boys, and we were the pretty boy crew.
You were also coffee loving buddies.
Yeah. I mean,
We did love coffee. We drank
Oh yeah, lots
copious
of coffee.
amounts of Sheets coffee.
Coffee. Maybe at that point it was Mountain Dew Code Red, but
Could have been.
yeah.
Very well could have been.
On our way to coffee.
And there was one friend in particular that I think the more time we spent with him, we were like, okay, this guy puts on a good, he's got that outside sheen,
Yeah.
but not as with it, perhaps,
Yeah.
as some of the other ones.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
invisibly handicapped.
And I think it was
perhaps.
probably just, repeated head trauma from being a skateboarder.
Yeah. It could be that. And look, you don't want to join the group and be the slowest. Right? You do want
Yeah.
some padding.
Yeah.
You want some padding on either side, really.
Right.
It's like with girls, like groups of friends that are girls.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to be surrounded by girls that are prettier than you, right?
Yeah,
so you maybe want to choose carefully
Uh-huh.
who your friends are based on their looks and
Yeah.
everything. And if somebody has a glow up, you're like, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
If the-
surpassed me.
If
You're
the
out.
bottom has a glow up,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
then
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a problem. Now who's in that? And did that happen? Are you saying that happened in your group? You had, or you're just saying you brought in, you guys had a firmly established hierarchy there.
I
as
think
part of
we
the
were
group?
just pals, and then as time goes on, the natural hierarchy does reveal itself. And that's
Well, I
why
sort of
Caleb did fit very well in. He fit well, very good, and excellent.
Right. Yeah. And I think I kind of experienced that glow up with the
certainly.
older group, and they didn't like me anymore because I was getting so good.
That's right.
You were getting.
I was just being.
You were advanced.
You're becoming
Yes.
one of the prettiest boys.
Yes.
And that what and you just. You kind of moved out of your position. Your position in that previous crew, what had it been? Was it
kind of just like oddball, sensitive guy.
you were occupying that essential?
Yeah, right. But
That
it's
is
that
such
sort
a
of
category.
it's like it being in a like a track and field, like in a race on a track, and you just accelerated so fast that the only place you could end up was sort of with the crew behind your own, right? So you're like running with one pack.
Not
and you just
behind. I wouldn't say behind.
No, but you've
I would
advanced
say-
ahead.
I would say so far
You
ahead.
That's what I
became,
mean.
Yeah, you became so odd and so sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you
And-
were leaving them in the dust.
Saying funny things, but not knowing they're funny.
Right.
Saying them seriously, and then they turn out to be funny, and not knowing how to handle that.
And then being like, I guess I'm funny.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I thought I was being cool.
Right. I thought I was being odd / sensitive.
That is, I think that's a. This is not exactly on topic, but there are different ways that I think people become funny, and that is one.
Sure.
People who are not trying to be funny, but say honestly what they're thinking, and it gets the react, and then they learn how to mask their surprise at people laughing at what they said, and they learn to kind of roll with it. That is one legitimate. I think one legitimate way that people become funny.
Yeah,
I think like it is a true funny. It comes from a place of just the thoughts that spout from their brain are just truly funny.
Yes.
So it's not an effort. It's not math,
Right.
or anything like that.
Oh man, if it was math,
What's funny about that?
wouldn't be good at that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is it's interesting to go back in time and look at this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going kind of back to the present here.
Again, like going back all the way
back to-
through, like the
Right.
racetrack
Right.
analogy, the great analogy that I mentioned a couple minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Lapping,
lapping.
going into the past and kind of lapping the
Yeah.
present.
Right.
If time was water in a dog bowl.
If I had time in
You would lap it up.
I had time in a dog bowl.
What I was thinking was, I think we've gestured towards an answer. Why are brothers so attached? Why does Peter mostly do it?
Yes.
That's a good question.
And we need to deal with that part of the question.
because this other brother's withholding.
I think that really does cut down to it, because that's viewing it through the prism of Caleb and I's own dynamic. I think that's absolutely part of it.
There's sort of a provocation to need attachment.
Or
Or to reaffirm affection.
yeah, that is necessary, I think, at a certain point. And again, kind of going back to this set of violent brothers, that using that as a framework, it is kind of these, you establish the pattern, and that becomes the means of attachment. It's a chicken or egg situation, right? Like, is it the means of attachment, or is it the thing that or is it the thing that is the result of the attachment, I guess?
They're attached, so they treat each other this way, or they treat each other this way in order to, and that creates attachment.
Yeah.
I think you mean snake or egg.
Oh, that's a good point, too. Snakes are born out of eggs,
Yeah.
except when they're not.
Yeah, is this the snake? Is this the snake or the egg?
It's a snake or egg situation.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing about lizard
There's some lizards that are born live.
or turtle.
Or just birds in general. It doesn't have to just be chickens.
It's a real
Right.
hawk or an egg situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real tufted titmouse or an egg situation.
Yeah, it's what's the one that's called booby?
It's just a
Blue-footed-
Blue-footed booby.
Yeah,
Those guys are
blue-footed
wild.
Booby or egg
They look like
situation.
robots. People are like, birds are robots, and you don't believe it. And then you see one of those things move around, you're like, that's a robot.
Mhm.
I highly recommend.
Robots.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks so much for listening to Advanced Answering Techniques. If you'd like us to treat your questions this way, you can send them in to advancedansweringtechniques@gmail.com. We're looking for an audio file about a minute in length. Guys, anything right here at the end that we need to follow up on, deal with?
Substack.
Sure. Yeah.
Josh has one.
How did I have a Substack?
Caleb has one.
Sturvenson.com. Yeah, check it out. Caleb, do you
I haven't been updating mine, so you can just look at what I already have up there.
and last week it's my intention to keep updating mine, but last week was a busy week and I didn't, so many apologies for that. I know everyone is concerned.
The one thing I wanted to say was, hey, cherish this time where you can be close with your brother. You know,
True.
don't. I understand everyone needs their space,
Right.
and sometimes people are asking a little bit too much, and
Right.
it's good to realize that.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you're not brothers living in the same house forever.
That's true.
Yeah.
Eventually, your brothers living in two different houses,
Yep. I mean,
and
that's
in the same town,
And
and you get to see each other pretty frequently.
yeah. And you get to have a wife and your own kids and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And that's cool. That's all great. But is it better than having your brother right there?
right there, like maybe even living in the same room with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And in kind of a surprising turn of events, maybe as older teens, you might even have to share a bed for a time.
Yeah, you might have to share a bed in like a weird double,
Right. Huge.
huge twin bunk bed.
I mean, these
So
are,
it's
I
just
think they
made
were
out of
queen size.
queen size bunk bed.
Twin in the sense that there are two.
There's two,
Yeah.
one on,
Stacked.
two
Yeah.
on top of each other, and but then you feel attached.
You're like you are technically attached.
Yeah, not even to the guy who's sleeping, the brother who's sleeping
Right.
in the same bed as you, but then the two other brothers who are smaller, littler, sleeping above you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all attached. It's like some kind of brother Voltron transformer, some kind of crazy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.